We had a client that we worked with, and she was really struggling with profitability. She kept raising tuition. She actually did 3 tuition increases within a 15-month cycle, and she still could not catch up. So I helped her work with our 6 money leaks in schools, and she only used 3 of the 6 money leaks and cut her expenses by 50%. 50. She did not fire anyone, she did not slash any of her programs, and she did not work more hours. Again, the 6 money leaks are not hacks or spreadsheets. These are patterns. They are small decisions that feel so normal that your school does, but they quietly drain your school's profit. So if you've ever wondered why you're working so hard, but still not seeing the return, this is your first step to clarity. Click the link in the show notes and find out what it's actually costing you. Welcome to the Schools of Excellence podcast, where we have conversations about education, leadership, and building a school of excellence. The goal on this show is to bring you clarity, up-level your mindset, and give you practical strategies and inspiration so you can show up with confidence and trust your decision-making. I'm Chani Olshansky. I'm a mom of 4 under 10, a former New Yorker, and been in the early childhood field my entire life. And I'm so grateful that you've joined me for this conversation. Welcome to another episode of the Schools of Excellence podcast. So before we dive into today's episode, I actually want to share something special about an upcoming workshop that I have coming up specifically for owners and regional leaders. It's called the Ideal Week for High Achieving Owners. And this is a special 90-minute workshop where I'm going to be working together with the owners, regional leaders, or executive managers to set top priorities that move your school forward. I'm going to walk you through how to understand key activities that you and your leadership team and your directors and your assistant directors should be focused on to get traction and real results. We're going to talk about how to design your calendar to serve the lifestyle, the stage of life, and the season that your school is in. So if you want to join, there are very limited spots to this because it is small mastermind style. So go to chani.me/idealweek or click the link in the show notes. Okay, so let's dive in right now to Teacher Appreciation Week that is coming up. That is what today's episode is all about. And every year, I love checking out the Facebook group of our Inner Circle and our Owners HQ members who are constantly coming up with all these amazing ideas of what to do with their staff, the different things that they do, the food that they set up. And we actually create an entire resource workbook compiling all their ideas together for our members to make planning this special Teacher Appreciation Week even easier for them. So I love this week. It's one of my favorite weeks because at the foundation of Schools of Excellence, I talk about the gratitude matrix. Now, if you do not know what the gratitude matrix is, go back and check episode 3 of this podcast. Make sure you listen to that after this episode because that is at the bedrock of everything that we talk about on this show. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about 4 things. 1, why I love Teacher Appreciation Week so much and the similarities with Mother's Day. I'm going to talk about why your calendar is part of your identity. The 3 things that teachers need now more than ever before. And the 5 questions that you can ask yourself before you choose any fun or creative ideas to do with them. So, no matter the situation that your school is in right now, okay? Because if you're listening to this when this goes live, it's April of 2021. And so while we are a full year into the COVID pandemic and 99% of schools are open and operating, there are still guidelines and restrictions as far as what you could do with the team and connections and different things like that. So we created a special resource for you with a ton of ideas of what to do, whether you have a big budget or a small budget, if you have more manpower, all the different things that you have to think about when you're choosing to do this week, and different context of ideas as well, and actual tips and tricks. So if you want that resource, that is in the show notes for you, chani.me/teacher appreciation. So let's start with why I love this week. Okay. So while gratitude and appreciation need to be a habit and a constant in your life, having a week of the year that is focused on a key stakeholder that drives success in the school is really special. It shows that you value and that you're marking off a whole week on your calendar to take care of them. So this is why I love it so much because it reinforces the values of what you want to see in a culture of excellence. The other thing is why your calendar is very much tied to your identity, right? So when you are taking a week to focus on teacher appreciation, what does that say about you? So let's take chunk up for a minute here and look at what do you put on your calendar now, right? Because whatever's in there is what you value. Is your family in your calendar? Is workout time in your calendar? Is time for meditation in your calendar? Is gratitude in your calendar? You see, members of our Directors Inner Circle and our Owners HQ program have gratitude marked and built into their calendars every single day. It's a practice. It's something I speak about extensively in our membership. It's something I taught about in our Built to Last workshop that I hosted last month. It is a game changer for your school culture, period. It's actually a metric that we track on a consistent basis because gratitude, that metric is directly tied to a decrease in callouts, a decrease in turnover, a decrease in gossip, a decrease in sarcasm, a decrease in pushback. This one metric, the more you do it, the more these other things that I just shared decline. Hey there. Are you an owner of a preschool or childcare who wants to know what is the next stage of growth look like for your school? You see, growth isn't always about numbers or more locations. Growth can mean the stage of development for your school. So many people are looking for, how do I take my school to the next level? But the question you need to be asking is, what are the priorities that you need to set in your calendar every day, every week, every month to hit those goals? There's no secrets. Results follow the calendar. Results follow the calendar. So I'm doing a special workshop called the Ideal Week for High Achieving Owners. I'm going to be teaching you the top priorities that you need to focus on to move your school in the right direction. Whether you're looking at exit strategy or retirement and you're looking for how do I train my next in line, or you're looking to step away and more focus on big picture vision and you want to train and hire people to run the school for you and the day-to-day operations. I'm going to walk you through how to build out a calendar that serves your lifestyle and stage of life that you're in. Because guess what? Your ideal week is very different from a different high achieving owner's ideal week, depending on the stage of life that you're in and what your personal values and priorities are. We're going to bring it all together. In this 90-minute session, I'm going to be teaching you all of this and giving you time to ask your specific questions about your life, your calendar, and your school. You're also going to be able to hear from other owners what is working for them in their stage of growth, in their season that they're in right now. It's a small group of owners. We're going to be meeting on a private link on Zoom so that you can truly take this time to mastermind and learn with other amazing owners. If you know this is you and you want to stop hemorrhaging money in the wrong places, you want to stop doing diffused energy in a bunch of different directions that aren't moving your school forward. If you know this is you, then I encourage you to click the link in the show notes and reserve your spot for this amazing workshop. So if you want part of your identity to be that I give gratitude, this is who I am, this is our school, we are a culture of excellence, we are a culture of gratitude, then it needs to be something that's in your calendar, right? So similar to Mother's Day, how we want to show special care and joy for moms every single day. And even though we want to do that every single day, something that's really beautiful is that there is a day like Mother's Day where there's a specific day that's dedicated to moms, right? Something really, really special about that, or Father's Day, or all the different days that there are. And so while there's a practice of continued showing appreciation and gratitude and being there for people that we love, having a specific day is really, really special as well. And it just layers onto that. The reason I share the similarities with the teacher appreciation and Mother's Day is because just like when Mother's Day comes up, I'm like, why is there just one day, right? Every day should be Mother's Day. The same concept with teacher appreciation is Yes, go all in on Teacher Appreciation Week and make something special for them, but this cannot be the only thing that you do for your staff. They need to know that you consistently value and appreciate them. So that brings me into the third thing, which is why do teachers need now more than ever something special for them? So the reason for that is because now more than ever, our teachers need three things: love, belonging, and ownership. These are all things that have been rattled to the core due to the uncertainty and chaos that was a constant in our lives over the last year. And so, even though some of these things are coming back, it's not the same as it was before. And so, these things, love, belonging, and ownership, give such a strong sense of security and identity to our staff. And they need this so much because the uncertainty and the chaos is not stopping. Those are constants. And so the questions that we want to be asking is during this week, how can I bring more love, belonging, and ownership to the staff? How can I do this? Because they need to feel this sense of this is a community of love. This is a community of belonging. You belong here no matter what. This is a place of ownership. This is a place where we step up and we take ownership in how we want to be part of this community and this culture. And so, as you're thinking of ideas of what to do, please don't just go and search ideas or copy what other people are doing. Please pause and look through the lens of what do my staff need now more than ever? What does this particular teacher need now to drive a greater sense of belonging to the center? What does this teacher need now for her to feel more love and connection? Because when we're just copying and regurgitating ideas, that's not being intentional. And I know that you want your staff to be intentional with the kids, with their practices, with their lesson plans, with the way they engage with the kids, with the materials they choose to put out. We need to model that as leaders. We need to be intentional about how we're showing up and choosing ideas and using resources and money to do these fun things for the staff. So don't just pick anything. Pick something that really connects with what the staff need and how they're going to feel. So some of you guys are listening to this and are like, okay, but how do I know what they need? And what are the questions I should ask myself? So I'm going to share with you some questions because I think more than just giving you ideas, which I will, and I have that in our free resource in the show notes, I also want to give you things to think about. Okay. Because this podcast is not just about ideas. This is about disrupting your thinking. This is about giving you a new perspective. This is about showing you a different mindset in the way that you're showing up as a leader. So, questions are some of the best ways to do that. So, number one, what do I want the audience to feel in this particular moment, right? So these are questions that I ask myself before I prep for events, before I prep for support calls. So when instead of thinking of audience, think of your staff. What do I want my staff to feel in the moments when we do this fun idea, or I give them this gift, or we do this food thing, or we do this lunch thing, whatever it is? What do I want them to feel in that moment? What do I want them to be thinking when they see this, right? What should they be thinking? Wow, she really went all out. Or, wow, this is just beautiful and so amazing. What do I want them to tell their peers and their colleagues as they go through this, right? So, what do we want them to tell their families or other peers of theirs, or when they go to an event or over the weekend? What do we want them to be telling other people about the experience that they had? What do I want them to remember about this experience, right? About this special moment in time? What do I want them and hope that they remember? And the last thing is, what information do I hope takes up real estate in their brain forever? So we don't remember every single detail about everything that happens in our life, but we remember silo moments or specific like moments of experiences. And so when you think about all the work that you're putting into this week, what do you hope stays in their brains forever? Because that allows you to be way more intentional about what you decide to do for fun and what you decide to do for connection or collaboration. You can't do everything. Nobody has unlimited money or time or resources or people. So think about what is really going to have a lasting impression on the team. What is really going to drive this connection? Because that's what your staff need now. That's what they need. So now I'd love to hear from you. What are you doing for Teacher Appreciation Week? Come on over to our Facebook group, the Schools of Excellence Lounge, and share that with us. And make sure to download our free special resource on ideas for Teacher Appreciation Week. Go to chani.me/teacher appreciation or click the link in the show notes. So till next week, thanks so much for joining us on the show. And if you know any other school leaders, share this episode with them so they can get the value and the resources. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. If you are loving the Schools of Excellence podcast and have gotten any value out of it for your school, I would love if you can do two things for me. One, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And two, can you please leave us a review? Reviews help other school leaders know that this is the place to learn how to build a school of excellence. And I would be so grateful if you can do that for us. Your help and support makes this show to be able to be listened by the thousands of other school leaders all around the world. Thanks so much for listening, for giving us your time and attention each and every week, and I appreciate that you have joined us.
If your accountant has ever told you to cut back on professional development or slash your teacher appreciation budget or your staff development budget just so you could stay afloat, or has told you, hey, you probably can't go invest in that program, please listen. The problem is not that you're spending too much money on your people or yourself or your investment or your support system. It's that your school has invisible money leaks that are draining your profit, leaks that no spreadsheet will ever catch or accountant. So I created the 6 money leaks of schools that show you the 6 core areas that schools lose money every single month without realizing it. If you close even one of them, your profits will start to soar without sacrificing your team. Go get it now and stop blaming the things that are actually building your school.